hate this shoe. No, I'm just kidding. It's not that bad, but it's kind of bad.
I'm trying to take it all in right now, and I'm trying to understand where they were going when they made this.
Yeah.
From the first look at it, even when I saw it on my phone,
right,
and even when I see it in hand, I'm instantly not feeling it.
No, and that's the thing. A lot of people have said though, from the in-hand video that I took, that they're like, okay, it's not as bad as I thought it was.
See, with the I'm in the air,
yeah,
I hated it on phone. Okay. Then we got it in,
yeah,
and I loved it.
Okay.
That's not the case with this one.
You know what I feel like? You know what shoe this keeps reminding me of now that I'm seeing these cuts? The what's the one with the split down the middle?
The homage.
Yeah. Homage to home or whatever.
Yep. There's just a lot going on, and I'm trying to understand the storyline behind it. And the only thing that I can figure out that ties into it is our employee Frank telling us about the pattern that you see right here. And he had sent us some references of some old comic books that were using just like the same patterns.
Yeah.
Along with, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but this area right here, to me, looks like the patterns when his spidey senses go up. Do you ever seen the movie? Do you watch the movies?
No.
Okay, well, whenever he has his spidey senses and they come into attack, he has these little things on his hand. They prick up, and just for some reason, this kind of reminds me of that pattern.
Well, speaking of spidey senses, let's go ahead and tell them what shoe this is.
Yeah, speaking of that, this is the
Spiderverse Jordan 1. So this is supposedly going to come out with the movie for 2023, which releases June 2nd, I believe.
They're doing a whole rollout, and if you guys don't know, he's wearing Jordans. The one that just came out recently, he was wearing the Crimsons, which is weird because that movie came out last year, and the Crimsons came out 2 years before that, and that was a brick shoe.
Yeah.
Like, they were sitting on the shelves forever. It's that ugly, like, peach, gray, and black one.
Yeah. My main thing that I want to talk about is, like, I'm sick and tired of them using Chicago's for this.
Yeah.
Like
you have the most iconic shoe that everybody loves.
Yeah.
You have the most iconic shoe that everybody's been waiting for. We finally got that with the Lost and Found.
Yep.
It might not have been to everybody's liking, but they're not understanding this whole rollout they're doing with like 85s and vintage feels to it.
Yeah.
And then the next thing, shortly after, you get this. So if you look right here, you're gonna see it's not black. It's actually iridescent in black. So at a certain angle, it's got like the little rainbow iridescent tint to it. Now, the upper panel that you see that we talked about earlier that looks like it might come from comic books actually has like a weird soft paper feel to it.
It's not a regular Jordan
No, not
leather.
at all.
There's something
and so
weird
when you
on
push into it, you can kind of see that it crinkles.
comics.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Well,
I wasn't putting two and two together. It's comics. All right, comics.
The iridescent check as well is gonna be on here. And then this is where they start getting into like different materials and pattern clashings. You have like a suede tie-dye, and then you have like a longer hair suede on the heel. And then they basically reverse it on the inside and do the tie-dye as well. But then they do a patent leather red underneath it. Suede, tie-dye, and then the leather toe. I do like the materials that they're using to make the shoe. I just don't like how they put it together to create the shoe.
Yeah, I don't like the split thing.
I don't like the splits. I'm not a big fan of these different types of patterns. I will say this though. Have you felt the toe?
Yeah, the quality.
Have you felt the toe?
It's just like the homage to home. The quality was crazy on it.
The toe on this is nice.
It's butter.
It's nice.
It's butter.
But what, you know what's shitty about that?
What?
It's only on the toe.
The suede's good too though.
The suede is good.
That long
hair suede is nice.
Good.
Something I do like about the shoe, it's the icy red sole.
That's the best part of the whole shoe.
Icy red sole.
What shoe has ever done that besides like a Bread 11?
I don't know, but the last Spider-Man they did a clear blue icy sole, which was that was my favorite.
Not the biggest.
And then they did the little Spidey senses all the way around it with the little dots.
Yeah, well, that has to be this.
It's got to tie into that. You think so?
Yeah.
But I do like the bottom. You see, it's real grippy too. It's not like a regular one. It feels more like
jelly.
Yeah, it's more gel-like. Sole's gonna be a little bit off-white, not bright white. Mid sole's gonna be bright white. Toe box is gonna be bright white. OG tongue.
But it's weird. It's like it's undone. It's undone.
Yeah, they flipped it.
Yeah, they undid
So
it.
it looks like they took what they would normally flip under and left it as a white box down at the bottom. But other than that, original tongue. Same with the little off-white color to it.
It doesn't have the back, the part where it flips
usually
over.
with the back where it flips
nothing
over.
there.
Nothing there. Usually it has like the made in China with the materials and everything like that. Other than that, inside's gonna be normal.
Yeah.
Well, from a Jordan. It's just I gotta get better understanding as to why it was designed this way. Because at the end of the day, they could have taken any other colorway and silhouette and messed with it, or I guess
They couldn't have because the Chicago is Spider-Man colors.
And it's the one
but they
he
could've taken a
wears in
different
the
number.
he wears the Chicago, so I get why they keep doing it.
I mean, they did the classic look last time, and they just switched it to a blue tag.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those situations where I need answers because right now I'm
Like-
getting all the wrong answers.
Like, I'll probably get it and just keep it just because it's a Chicago colorway, but like, I'm not gonna pull this out.
I do like how they
Bring that
are.
over here.
You want? Oh.
Just put it in frame so we have it.
So that's gonna be as most classic as it gets. This is gonna be the Spiderverse one. I do like how they're doing a theme.
Mm-hmm.
So I do like the theme for the Jordan 1. I'm just, we did the Spider-Man before. I feel like there's a million other movies that came out that could have done themes for in the past. Like, why go that route?
And we just literally just got these.
And we just got these, which is arguably one of the most awaited shoes of 2022.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Whenever we do our podcast of the sneakers of the year, it's for sure in the running.
it's in the running for sure, and it's doing great right now downstairs as well.
Yeah,
and the
selling
resale
out.
value held.
It did.
It's
It
very
held.
strong.
It held. It's strong.
I'm just curious what you guys' thoughts are. If anyone knows any more information on this shoe,
Yeah.
that'd be great. Kind of help me tie in what's going on. I could only get a couple little things from Frank downstairs because he was kind of he didn't really have all the answers either.
Yeah, and when Scott says more information about the shoe, not about the shoe release, but just like, if you know what this pattern means, does it tie back into Spider-Man? Because we get it. Obviously, we're showing you guys them for the first time. You probably don't have information that we don't have about the shoe. But if you have any
detail going into it.
you want to tell us, we'd love to know.
Also, there was circulating a part 1 and part 2. They're saying this was part 1, or maybe the other one was part 1 and this is part 2.
The pics that Z Sneakerhead posted? Is that what it was?
The other Spider-Verse shoe that could be dropping.
Which was way cooler to me.
Way cooler, and it was just black and red and white.
Yeah.
And the mid panel was spider web. Up high was a spider web. Everything else was red.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to take a Chicago and butcher it. Look, we're gonna go through each piece of this, and you tell me if you like it or not. Okay. So the fact that it's cut and split.
Not a fan of it.
Okay.
But we just got a patent bread last year, so I don't care for the patent.
Okay, that's my next question. Do you like patent?
I like patent, but I liked it with
On the patent bread. You're good on
Yeah,
that.
with the patent bread.
Next, do you like the tongue?
That's fine.
You're
That's
okay
not,
with
That's
that?
not gonna bother me. It's not.
I don't believe that.
It's not. It's
You're
not.
just like me. The jewels bother you. The leather tag bothers you. And
I
this
don't
is
like
cool?
it, but it's not gonna be like.
I don't like it.
You know, if it came, if this was this and it had that on, I wasn't gonna.
Like,
It
look
wouldn't
how
stop
much,
me from
just
doing
look how
that.
much better that tongue looks, though.
It does, and the red's even different color reds.
Oh wow, look. Oh, the whole red's different.
If you look closely,
But this is aged, though.
I know,
I
but
noticed
you
you
have
got
more of a bright red and more of a deep red. So the reds are definitely different color reds. And I mean, his suit also is a brighter red color suit, so they are trying to match with it.
Laces are cool. What about the iridescent on the check? Would it be black? Just regular black?
1000%. I don't like iridescent really anything iridescent black. I like iridescent.
You like the iridescent dunks concepts?
Right, that's because it's the real color iridescent.
The whole
It's-
thing's
it's
iridescent.
actually silver iridescent, not
changed
black
to black.
iridescent. I think the coolest thing on this is the paper quality they did right here.
And the red sole.
And, well, for sure the red sole,
Yeah.
but also this paper quality. I think that's clever.
Yeah.
Comic books, Spider-Man, ties into the storyline, gives it nostalgia of that matter. And then also, I don't think I've ever really even seen this type of material on a Jordan before or on a
Right.
shoe, period.
No.
It literally feels like a paper. You think we could cut this
No,
away?
there's. Don't. It's not again.
You don't think there's a layer? We've been right every time.
Nah, there's nothing under that, bro.
Sure.
Yeah, there's nothing under that.
But yeah, overall, not a fan of tie-dye. I didn't like it when they did the women's tie-dye release over 2 years ago. The blue tie-dye one, wasn't a fan of that. Yeah. Not a fan of this one. I'm not a fan of tie-dye in general that much. Tie-dye tees are cool, but anything like pants and shoes or anything like that,
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of. But yeah, overall, super cool. I would have chosen part 2 instead of part 1.
Yeah.
Again, guys, in the comments, please let me know. Like, subscribe, share, and please enlighten us with any details about this shoe.
And Nike, if you're gonna do a Chicago, at least do something tasteful.
And at the end of the day, I don't hate the shoe. I just don't understand it.
Like, I'll buy it, but I don't.
I'm not gonna buy it, but I don't understand it.
You'll buy it. I'll buy it for you.
That's different. I'll take it if he buys it.
Okay.
Thanks, guys. Love y'all. Early Bird Boys.